Imagine a young boy who has just finished school for the week. He's very excited for the weekend, looking forward to a break from his schoolwork and some much-needed downtime. You might expect to find him outside riding his bike for exercise. Or maybe you expect to find him shooting a basketball with some of his friends. However, we find him alone in his room, periodically checking Facebook and browsing different YouTube videos. Since the advent of the internet, communication has forever been changed. Even people that are resisting adapting to it are finding themselves having to adapt to the changing communication landscape. Proper interaction is a learned trait. It's something we're taught in infancy as we watch adults interact around us. Growing older means having a greater capacity for self-expression. In a world where business and personal interactions are held via electronics, one could say that we live in a world of ultimate connectivity. However, I argue that these means of connectivity rob us of the most basic forms of communication, such as simple verbal communication. Maria Roca, the program leader for the Department of Communication and Philosophy at the Florida Gulf Coast University, claims that technology allows us to not have to deal with the feelings of the other. This is a scary statement, especially since it's coming from a professor at a university. As a user of several well-known social networking sites, such as Facebook and Pinterest and YouTube, I find that I have a healthy balance of both online and real-life interaction. Now, I'm not the only one with this perception either. When the internet was first used for public and private use, there was a massive outcry against it. Sociologist Barry Wellman summed it up well in Science Daily in 1998, saying, "There's been a big fear that there isn't enough emotional contact on the internet." However, Wellman went on to say that he believed this turns out to not be true. There is clearly enough social presence online to allow people to relate to each other, arguing opposition to my point. It's important for you to know that I'm not saying that the internet is some kind of a black hole for social interaction. I'm not saying that communication has become corrupted and destroyed. The social capabilities that are provided by the internet are simply amazing. But they should be considered supplements to regular human interaction and not try to replace it, as many people seem to be doing. Relying solely on online interaction for feelings of belongingness and community can be dangerous because it is rare for these feelings to be felt in the first place. Yes, the possibility is there, but it's hardly reliable. Typically, the opposite can be found because the internet is characterized by its brevity and its anonymity. Ananga Saiver, who is a health writer, describes the essential goals of human interaction in 2005. Paying attention is an investment. Listening, inquiring, and exchanging are the active currencies of real human interaction, and such investments bring rapid and priceless returns. In other words, there's a deeper value to communication than mere self-expression. Sandra Delgado, in her article about the internet's effect on relationships in 2011, describes what a life coaching education program taught her, saying that human interest invigorates life, allowing us to live fully by participating within the spirit of another. This being said, the impersonal nature of the internet means that it cannot meet our needs. A group called the Stanford Institute for the Quantitative Study of Society has been studying the internet's relationship with social isolation since 2000. Its director, Norman H. Nye, reported in 2005 that the average internet user spends a significant amount of their day online, averaging about 3 hours. He goes on to say that the world is more connected than ever before, but people spend less time in person with those that they care about. With regards to social interactions, quantity has now replaced quality. So here lies the greatest problem in fighting internet-induced isolation. That greater connectivity causes people to feel as if they are more social than someone who may use the internet less than them. This can be compared to someone having many acquaintances but no close friends. As I previously stated, social connectivity from the internet is best used to supplement our human interactions. Researchers at Carnegie Mellon University would agree with me, as they stated in their published article about internet use in 2003, that the internet is a malleable and diverse technology, and its effects on our social interactions must differ, dependent on the purpose of its use. For example, I like to use Facebook to share different articles or videos that I might find interesting with my friends, or I might send them some simple messages in between our face-to-face contact. I have a healthy balance for my social life, not relying too heavily on online interaction. If people would work harder to incorporate their online activity with their social interaction, it means that they would have a much easier time avoiding internet isolation.
Very good.